Hi everyone. So it's Saturday and it's the day before our Awakening Abundance class. And I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing in the house today to prepare just for the energy of this class and this theme. I also have a gathering at my house tomorrow, so I'm kind of preparing for that as well. But I'm actually going to be building an altar today. So I wanted to give you guys some in-depth insight about altar work because it's a super huge part of my life. And in order to give you guys a little bit more in-depth of a view of like how important our altars are for me, I'm going to give you a little tour of my house and all of my various altars. My house is like my temple. So I literally have altars everywhere. So this is where I work. So this is like my office. And you can see that I have an altar here. Okay. Let's see where else I want to take you guys. Okay, take you guys a little tour of my house. So in every area that I have available, I create a little altar, right? It can be really simple. It doesn't have to be like a huge, big thing. But for me, it's really important to utilize the space in that way. I'll show you the living room so you can see that's all done with sacred items. This area as well, that's my fireplace. That's my sound healing area over there. And let's see, I'll show you guys my room. And you'll see that in every area of my house, I have things set up in a way that it's like an altar, right? So there's candles on here. This is something that I use for anointing. Obviously there's plants, there's things that represent the earth, and these are some of my instruments. Obviously there's also a ton of books and messages, like positive messages. I hang things that have affirmations and things like that. This is a quote from the Dalai Lama. I also have, this is one of my main altars that I work with here. So there's things like candles on here, pomegranates. These are blessings and offering bowls. I have a lot of things that are symbolic, like this is considered a symbol that's an eternal knot, which symbolizes the interconnectedness of all things. This is another area where I have altars. So I have candles. I have one of my favorite angel books here, a crystal ball. I have some sacred geometry symbols here. So all of this stuff gets used, right? So none of this stuff is here just like collecting dust. This is my like drumming and meditation area in a way. This is another area where I have like a little plant altar. So I have plants there. And then show you guys my bathroom. Got you guys all up in my house. So you can even see, like, even in spaces like this, I have a little altar. So there's seashells. There's some candles and some things here in this area. And then even, even here, even like where the bathroom is, like I have a little altar in here and you can see the sign. It says, "Don't believe everything you think." There's a pink Himalayan lamp here. There's incense. There's a crystal. So, I mean, there's more, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with my house. Let's see. Even this little area out here, this little outside area, hopefully you can see it, is set up in a way really intentional. So there's like these love pillows. So everything is done really intentionally, and it's done with basically, for me, always the invitation is for spirit, to invite spirit into the home, and to bring things in that I know that my aspects of my higher self, my guides, my spirit teams like. and that have meaning. So some of the things I'm going to be using on the altar today, I like to do a live altar. So I'm going to be doing some food. And because the theme is abundance, for me, orange, the scent of orange and the color of orange really represents abundance. So I'm going to be bringing that in. I also work a lot with plant medicine, obviously, but also animal medicine. So I have things like these feathers here, other little statues and things like that. These are deer husks. I have this altar cup, which I usually fill with some type of potion. I have an altar plate, which I'm gonna put like the food usually on. Then I have a ton of flowers that I'm gonna arrange on the altar. And these are different altar cloths. So depending on which one I decide to go with, they're just different materials that I have that I can build the altar with. And then this, I'm so excited to share. This is actually, I don't know if you can see it. It is a altar card that I created for the people who are resident membership people. So you will be getting, along with your abundance resonant apothecary box this month, we'll have this cute little altar card with affirmations on it you can keep with you or put it on your altar. And then the last thing that I always like to do, I also always like to put books on my altar. So I have a few books here that hopefully you can see them. This is a really important one that I'm going to be talking about in class. This is Creating Money. This is actually a channeled book, and it's really, really great. It's one of the best ones that I've ever seen. And then I have this, I don't really work with tarot a lot, oracle cards, but I like to put them on the altar. So this is Money and the Law of Attraction. It's Abraham Hicks deck. And to give you a little bit more insight about, like, because when you have an altar, what do you do with it? So you build the altar, and it has all these things on it that symbolizes the theme. So, right, let's say I build this altar, and this is going to stay here for a month. This is going to be the theme that I'm focusing on, right? So the way that the altar works is that the altar is like a placeholder for the work that you're doing. So whenever I come over to this altar, I'm going to anchor myself in this intention. And it also allows for any support in the spiritual realm to feel the invitation of all of these offerings, of all these blessings. So these flowers and these food and stuff, it's an offering for the energy that we're creating to honor these energies, these beings. So you want to make it, imagine, the way I always describe it is, imagine if you knew that a goddess was going to be a guest in your home. What would you put out for her? You would put out like flowers and food and like all of your favorite things in a way, like and sound and music. So that's kind of how I work with it. So what I would do each day, and it's always different, it's always intuitive, but just some ideas of what I would do each day once I build the altar is I would come over and I would intuitively pick up one of the books and decide. So I kind of use books like oracle cards. So I'd pick up one of the books intuitively and do divination. And then the book divination is called bibliomancy. So you would intuitively open up to a book, and that would be your message for the day. So that would be like the energy or the theme or that you would be working with within the theme, within the bigger theme of abundance. And I do also like I said, to put sometimes oracle cards on the altar. If I feel called, maybe I'll pick a card. So let's see. Let me just pick a card out of this deck and just see. I love this one, actually. My career is one of creating a joyful life experience. So that's great. It's so in line with my beliefs. If your dominant intent is to feel joy while you're doing the work, your triad of intentions, freedom, growth, and joy, will easily come into alignment. See your career as one of creating a joyful life experience. You are not a creator of things or a regurgitator of what someone else has created or a gatherer of stuff. You are a creator, and the subject of your creation is your joyful life experience. This is your mission. This is why you're here. So this is why I do love this deck, actually. Because when I was really working on money blocks and wealth and all this kind of stuff, before I lived in this beautiful home, and my financial situation was just completely different, and I had such a resistant relationship to money. I believed that if you were in service, money shouldn't ever be like a thing that you focused on. And I had to do work around that. I had to do a lot of work around that in order to be able to open up the channel for more wealth, more prosperity, more abundance to come in whatever form it wants to come in. So it doesn't mean it's necessarily has to be money, but if that is the way that spirit is going to bring a resource to you, you don't want to be blocked off to that possibility. So again, I'll be talking more about that in class tomorrow, but I wanted to have you guys just kind of a peek to see like some of the behind the scenes stuff that I do to prepare for a class, to prepare for these intentions, because this is my life. This isn't just for, on Sunday I kind of show up and talk about a theme. Like this is really my life. So I just wanted you guys to know this is what I've been working on today. I'm going to work on this now, and what I'll do is I will post a picture of the finished product so you guys can have some ideas, and hopefully if you guys have any questions, we can talk about that in the portal, specifically about altar work and how to use altar work to align with more of your abundance. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in class tomorrow. Bye.